This is something that many people often wonder about. Hey, I treat others pretty well, so why are there still people who want to harm me? As for the main star, it depends on where it is in your Chinese astrology chart. If it's the Wu Q star, it might cause you financial losses. If it's the Tai Yang star, it could affect your leadership or your judgment on matters. And what about the Zi Wei star? It might be that while someone is praising you on one hand, they're also affecting your social status on the other. As for the Tianxiang star, it could give you opportunities for official promotion. So there are all sorts of different situations. Even more importantly, there are a few stars in your chart that by nature make you prone to being talked about or gossiped about for no apparent reason. Hello everyone, starting from last month, we've begun filming a series of videos that are more related to everyday life, and also deeply apply these kinds of reading techniques. These have received a lot of praise from everyone, though there are a few scammers as well. In just 1 hour, the view count was already close to 10,000, so we'll probably continue in this direction. For many years I've been teaching, and I've always hoped that Zi Wei Shu could become as popular and widely used in daily life as astrology or tarot. However, people often feel that Zi Wei Shu is extremely difficult, but in fact, when it comes to actually using it, if you're not aiming for the kind of questions we tackle in class or on exams where you're striving for, well, for example, being able to predict that you'll get into a car accident around the Mid-Autumn Festival in the 8th lunar month of 2026 and injure your left foot. This is the kind of question we might get tested on in class. But if you're not focusing on that level of detail and instead use it in a much simpler way, like just saying, when I go out today, am I more likely to get into an argument with someone? If so, then I should be more careful. Or say, this year, is it possible that a friend I meet might seem really nice to me, but could actually end up causing me harm? These are more everyday, probabilistic kinds of things. As for Zi Wei Shu, it can actually handle these things quite easily. So next, as always, if you like what we're doing, we'll continue to teach you these little tips one by one. Of course, if you want to learn more advanced techniques, you're always welcome to join our membership channel. In the membership channel, we'll go into these techniques in greater depth and detail. Today, we're going to share with everyone, because when people get their fortunes told, they often ask, "Teacher, I feel like my life is full of petty people. What should I do? How do I avoid petty people?" Or, "Teacher, this year I keep running into people talking behind my back. How can I prevent this from happening?" So how can we see these things from a Zi Wei Shu chart? Just like I often tell everyone. In fate studies, it's always about the relationship between people and their environment. So we'll discuss this issue from both the perspective of the person and the environment. That is, what kind of person are you? Is it that you just look especially annoying, or you seem to make people want to stab you in the back? Is that why you have so many problems? For example, I'm that kind of person. I just look especially annoying, really making people, those unscrupulous fortune tellers in the same field, like to stab me in the back because I tell the truth. Now, one possibility is that you are just born with this kind of personality. The other factor is the environment. When it comes to the environment, it actually includes whether, at this particular point in time, you are especially likely to encounter these kinds of things. So, as always, let's break these two aspects apart. Let's first look at the personal aspect. You need to think about it again and ask yourself, is that really the case? Maybe just like me, you simply come across as especially annoying. That's the first type. In this case, we need to reflect on ourselves, not just examine our birth chart to see what kind of troublemakers we might attract. Maybe those people aren't troublemakers at all, right? Maybe it's just that you're an annoying person. So when people stab you in the back and you think they're being petty, maybe you're just like me, someone who's naturally disliked. Now, what's the second situation? The second situation is maybe you just don't know how to choose your friends, like your eyes always land on crap, right? These are the two situations. First, let's talk about the so-called natural-born dislike person. This can actually be further divided into two types. One type is what we call honest advice that goes against the grain, meaning there are some things you just have to say or you'll feel uncomfortable keeping them in. You just have to say it, otherwise you feel really uncomfortable. Then there are some people who are disliked because, well, they're selfish and self-centered. Everything they say, their values and their motivations are all for their own benefit. That kind of attitude is also off-putting. But to be honest, these two types of people are very likely to be the same kind of person. In other words, that selfish person, what he talks about, he might not even realize himself that he's being selfish. And he thinks, well, that's just how I am. Don't we all have friends like this around us? I've always been a bit lazy since I was a kid, so why do you have to push me like this? Ever since I was little, everyone has listened to me, so why won't you? He doesn't think he's wrong, and he might even tell you, no, I think this is the right way, so you should do it like this. On the other hand, there's another type, the bluntly honest person who will say similar things like, hey, I think it's right for you not to smoke, so you should do it this way. Why have you gained so much weight lately? Shouldn't you start working out? So these two types of people may overlap. Let's first talk about the first type, those who give well-intentioned but hard to accept advice. The best example of this is the Jumen star. If the Jumen star is in your life palace, travel palace, Guanlu palace, servant palace, or Yi palace, these represent your personal life palace, your outward persona in the travel palace, your attitude toward friends in the servant palace, and how you present yourself in the workplace in the Guanlu palace. Pay close attention. Tencent wants us to talk about this. Well, the life palace is easy to understand. The life palace governs the 12 palaces, right? And the Qianyi palace as well. It can also be about leaving, and the service palace can also reflect my attitude toward making friends. But what does the Guanlu palace have to do with this? The Guanlu palace actually doesn't represent work, but rather the center of your daily life. It's about the values you pursue in life and how you express them. For most of us, the center of our lives is in the Guanlu palace. So most of the work we recognize is related to this. Therefore, your attitude toward work and how you present yourself at work will naturally affect your popularity and relationships. So if the Jumen star is present in any of these positions, the Fude palace of a person's heart is inevitably ruled by the Tianliang star. Deep down in his soul and at his core, he is truly a good and kind elder. With an elder who wants to be good to you, who cares about you, of course, they're a nagging elder. We often say that Tianliang, the heart, is very much like, what is it like? It's very much like that character played by Luo Ka-ying in A Chinese Odyssey, the Tang monk. He's actually taller than me, bald, always nagging, and can even sing Only You for You. Because of the influence of the feud palace, the Jumen star, deep down from beginning to end, most books will tell you that Jumen tends to have disputes or arguments with others. But the real reason is that the Jumen star really hopes to be good to you, really wants to say good things to you, and really wants to tell you the truth. So why is it that this star, which is always said to cause disputes and conflicts with others, or to get into arguments with people, in ancient texts discussing star personalities, Jumen is honest and gentle, sincere and kind. But if such a sincere, gentle person argues daily, one wonders why. It's because they feel compelled to speak their mind. That's Jumen's nature. When considering Jumen, also look at the sun's strength or weakness. If the sun is in a weak position, then it's not so bad, because the person doesn't feel the need to argue with you. But if the sun is in a strong position, then basically this Jumen personality really wants to argue with you. So we often say, actually, not every Jumen wants to quarrel with others. And the sun in a strong position is good. So of course, the first script is this one. This is the inherent characteristic of the star itself. So what else is there? Those who want to take charge, those who want to be in control. And what else? People who are quick-witted. First, let's talk about Zi Wei and the sun. Those who want to be the boss. But honestly, these two stars, strictly speaking, don't really want to be the boss. It's simply that they want you to listen to them, that's all. He genuinely wants to take care of you, wants what's best for you, and hopes that you'll listen to him because he believes in his own values. So what else is there about Zi Wei and the sun? There's also the Tianji star, which is known for being quick-witted and responsive. Or he might be someone who thinks a lot, who cares more about his own thoughts, like the Tianji star. As long as these stars are placed in the positions I just mentioned, life palace, careers, servants, or Guanlu, they tend to make a person feel in their own life, why are there so many petty people around me? Why do some people always try to harm me? Why is that? Because he feels that he's being good to you, and he believes that everything he tells you comes from the heart. But what's the result? Especially in the Chinese world, Chinese society is a very hypocritical world. If I don't like you, I don't dare to say it out loud. If I think what you're saying is wrong, I don't dare to express it openly either. From childhood, we teach our children to be good, to not speak up when there's a problem, to just quietly go along. Okay, I'll pretend to agree, but then talk badly about you behind your back. So these few stars, we can think that it's because of their own personality that these relationships arise. What else? The Qisha star, Qisha means that this person wants to do everything according to their own opinion, right? And what else? In these few positions, if you add the Qinyang star, what does Qinyang represent? Qinyang means that whatever I do, I have to accomplish it according to my own will. So what does it mean to do things according to my own will? It just comes very naturally to me. I just won't take other people's thoughts into consideration. So with this kind of combination, it turns out that, well, for some people, for example, if they have a peach blossom star in their destiny, like the Tanlang star or the Taiyin star, these are peach blossom destiny stars. As a result, you'll find that they're quite popular, but at the same time, they also have a lot of petty people around them. Next, as we just mentioned, there are people who are simply selfish and self-centered. Usually, whatever happens, they only think from their own perspective, and all their thoughts are based on what is most convenient for themselves. So, What kind of traits do such people have? They tend to have more demands, and usually this type of person has a standard in their mind, as well as a certain way of thinking. So what is the first thing to suggest? The first requirement is that you must try. Those who have a standard in their mind, what is their main characteristic? Tianxiang, Taiyang, Zi Wei, and Tianfu stars. These all represent people who have a standard in their mind. They want the whole world to follow their rules. But just being like this, their rules might actually be good. They're not necessarily selfish. So there's a second condition. What is the second condition? It must be able to generate transformation. But you might say, teacher, in the previous group, only Tianxiang has the ability to transform. And if you use a very rigid school of thought, if you just stick on a transformation star, like Taiyang's Wenhua star, but the others like Zi Wei or Tianfu don't have transformation stars, then when there are two stars, if the restraining star next to them transforms, the palace where it is located will indicate that all the resources will flow into that palace. So if my life palace, career palace, and wealth palace all have transformation stars, doesn't that mean I want all the benefits to come to my own chart? Sometimes, if this isn't handled well, it can end up seeming a bit selfish. But is it just like that? That's not enough to explain it, because in our society, people who are so annoyingly selfish and self-centered are actually very, very rare. So aside from transformation stars, what else? There also need to be stars like Tuo Luo and Ling Xing present. So aside from the first factor, the position and the star, what's even more important are the next two combinations. You could have a transformation star with Tuo Luo, or a transformation star with Ling Xing, or Tuo Luo with Ling Xing. At the very least, just having a transformation star is still okay, and just having Tuo Luo might also be fine. When both appear together, it's often much easier for this kind of situation to occur. You might ask, teacher, aside from these few main stars, if other main stars encounter these negative influences, would the same thing happen? Actually, yes, it can. Some of the other main stars are naturally very good at dealing with people, so you might not notice it. Such situations can occur. So the first type is when I have good intentions and want to tell you. The second type is when I completely follow my own will and think about what I think should be done. In both of these situations, you might feel like others don't understand you, or that people are often talking behind your back. Let me tell you, this is actually a matter of personality. If you are not that type of person who is sociable in all directions, someone who is clever and resourceful, who has friends everywhere, and is very skilled at socializing in Chinese societies in these somewhat hypocritical environments, it's very common for people not to say things to your face, but to talk about you behind your back. If someone encounters this kind of situation, and on top of that, you are someone who is genuinely sincere and open-hearted, it's very easy for problems to arise. Also, if you are inherently more selfish, then of course issues are likely to occur as well. So this is just human nature. These kinds of situations happen. What else? The Po Jun star, when your heart is filled with the dreams and ambitions of Po Jun, it's also easy to offend others at this time. What is the most important point about Po Jun? The key point about Po Jun is actually that when it comes to public matters, it is the Tianxiang star at heart. Now, as for the Tianxiang star, whenever it encounters negative influences, it will develop its own set of rules internally, but it will have a hard time upholding those rules, or it may not be able to clearly distinguish what kind of friends it should make. At this point, some people might ask, teacher, if that's the case for the Tianxiang star, what about the Lin Zhen star? Because Lin Zhen is also a star related to interpersonal relationships and romance, and Lin Zhen can also easily end up making the wrong friends. Yuan Zheng counts as well, but the main issue with Lian Zhen is, why is that? The main issue with Lian Zhen is that opposite Po Jun, there is Tianxiang, and Lian Zhen and Tianxiang are placed together. Then with Lian Zhen and Qixia, he only acts according to his own will. Then, when Lian Zhen and Tianfu are paired, and Qixia is also present, they still act according to their own will. So the main issue with Lian Zhen is because it's placed together with these double stars and is influenced by them. If it weren't for the influence of these stars, the Lian Zhen star itself is actually not that bad, especially when it transforms positively. Of course, if Lian Zhen itself transforms negatively and is further affected by these auxiliary stars, it's very easy for situations to arise like, oh no, I've made bad friends. Oh no, I've been deceived. Oh, why did I do this or that? You'll end up with the wrong kind of people around you. The reason for this is also because you haven't chosen your friends well. Now, you might ask, teacher, what about when Lian Zhen is paired with Tan Lang in the same palace? Why does this problem still occur? Actually, it does seem to happen, but because of the influence of the Tan Lang star itself. Relatively speaking, you'll notice why it's called the star that resolves malice, the Tan Lang star. In terms of interpersonal relationships and the environments people are in, it tends to be less vengeful and less petty. It doesn't get stuck in a single emotion for too long. It might get angry quickly, but that anger also fades quickly. So they're relatively easy to get along with and tend to blend in easily with others. This is also something we often mention in class, the reason why the Tan Lang star is considered the star that resolves malice. People like this tend to experience fewer misfortunes in life. That's why we emphasize analyzing the underlying principles with everyone. If you don't understand the reasoning behind it, first, you're just memorizing things. And when you only memorize, often, as soon as one condition in the middle isn't right, your prediction will be inaccurate. Okay, in short, if your chart is one of those we've just discussed, then of course you need to pay attention to your innate personality traits. You're naturally more likely to attract gossip behind your back from others, or to get involved in what you perceive as ridicule in another time and space environment. As for the aspect of the time and space environment, it can be broken down into a few points. The second point is what kind of friends you make. The next point is the luck cycle chart. So let's first talk about what kind of friends you make. The type of friends you make is, of course, determined by looking at the travel palace and the nurture palace. In the travel and nurture palaces, as long as a peach blossom star appears. And if there are also Huaji and Tuoluo stars present, basically, it becomes very easy for you to get a boyfriend. The peach blossom star mainly means that you really hope to have all kinds of people come into your life. So what does the Tuoluo star represent? The Tuoluo star means that you don't really pick your friends. What does Huaji represent? Huaji means that you want to have even more friends, but just like eating all sorts of random things everywhere can easily upset your stomach, it can also bring trouble. All right, so that's why this issue arises. Now, regarding the peach blossom star here, let me explain to everyone. Anything that belongs to the water element counts as peach blossom, so Tianxiang and Jumen are included. If you have these situations, you might ask me, teacher, what if my main star doesn't have it, but my minor star does? Minor stars also count, like Wenqiu, Tianyao, Xianqi. These all count and are even more important. There's also another thing. On the chart, there are a few stars that you are born with for no particular reason, which naturally make you prone to being talked about by others. Which stars are these? There's one called Fei Lian, one called Yingshang, and another called Zi Bei, meaning the finger behind your back, referring to people pointing fingers at you behind your back. These three also mean that, for no apparent reason, you will attract this kind of attention. However, you don't need to pay attention to these three in your natal chart. These three are relevant in the fortune line chart, which is what we're going to talk about next. Besides being naturally bad at choosing friends, another key point is that my luck at that time was determined by the fortune line chart. So the first thing is, if in your fortune line chart, for example, in June or on the 6th day, the annual fortune happens to fall in the Qianyi, Gongguan, Luguan, or Puyi sectors. If any of the stars I just mentioned, Zibei, Feilian, or Ying, appear there, it usually means that at that particular time, out of nowhere, fate just brings you some misfortune, like trouble coming to you even when you're just staying at home, as if a typhoon suddenly hits. Even if it's a typhoon day, it's not a big deal. Just heavy rain isn't a problem either. If you know the waterproofing is done well and the building is constructed properly, basically, you won't get soaked by the rain. But the problem arises if your main structure isn't good. Then you'll have issues. What does it mean if the main structure isn't good? Of course, it refers to the core or the heart. As for the main line, as long as it has that kind of peach blossom pattern, or if it contains the Tianji star, and at the same time if there is a Huaji or any inauspicious star appearing, then usually troublemakers are just waiting there to cause you harm. Honestly, in this case, because it's related to your fortune line, it really has nothing to do with whether you know how to deal with people or not. No matter how good you are at dealing with people, at this time, a bad person will still show up. It's like no matter how much you pray for good weather, typhoons will still come unexpectedly. That's just bound to happen. So what we need is to have enough ability and mental strength to handle it well. It's like a flood. You can't tell it not to come, but what we can do is make sure the drainage system is well built. That's why if you look at Taiwan in recent years, there hasn't been much flooding, right? In the past, whenever it rained in Taipei, it would always flood. But now we don't have flooding anymore, because the drainage system was properly built. When it was being constructed, there was a certain high-ranking official who kept criticizing it, saying it shouldn't be done, and even now he's still complaining, but in reality there's no more flooding. As for our compatriots across the strait, I mentioned this to everyone at the annual meeting. This year, there will be major damage on the other side. It has already happened in Guizhou and Sichuan. Can you call it a natural disaster? Sure, you could say it's a natural disaster, but when you have so much money and you would rather spend it on missiles than on proper underground infrastructure, that's the real issue. If you had taken care of your reputation and built those essential things properly, would your people be facing these problems now? You'd rather use that money to develop military weapons to intimidate Taiwan, but why don't you use it to build the necessary infrastructure instead? Oh, every day they call themselves infrastructure maniacs, but all they do is build skyscrapers and then those buildings collapse or a whole section of the highway breaks off. How could you ever see something like an entire section of highway just breaking off in Taiwan? And yet people still believe in their so-called infrastructure prowess. I find that pretty funny. Actually, with a lot of things, you really have to look at what's inside, what they're actually doing. Right. Registration for this year's annual conference is about to start, so hurry up and sign up. Then you'll know where there will be salt water next year and how the stock market will perform next year. So you'll understand that when you encounter new situations, you need to look at your main star. If your main star is a peach blossom or Tianji, you're more likely to attract petty people out of nowhere, no matter how good you are with others. This will still happen. This is why many people feel, I'm nice to others, so why do people still try to harm me? Next, from the luck cycle chart, what else? When we encounter petty people, it's like this. You might feel that this year you have many petty people around, or maybe you've been running into them for a decade. When it comes to petty people, whether you're looking at the monthly, yearly, or decade-long cycles, remember this. As long as your life palace, career palace, travel palace, spouse palace, fortune palace, wealth palace, or the annual cycles palaces, any of these positions just happen to fall below, such as the subordinate palace or the travel palace, are related to other people, and inside them, if there are malefic stars, Tuolo stars, or stars that transform energy, and especially if there are the 3 stars I just mentioned, this means that at this point in time, you need to be careful with the friends you make and the people you get to know. You need to see whether it falls on the major fate line or on your natal chart at that time, and what about the annual luck? What about the monthly luck? You can look at the major fate line or the natal chart, and at these times, you need to be careful. Now, should we consider the main star in this situation? To be honest, at this point, you don't really need to consider the main star. In these circumstances, petty people or troublemakers will usually show up, and so will misfortunes. As for what the main star is, that depends on where it is located in the chart. For example, if it's Wu Q or Shu Xin, it might cause disruptions, and the Taiyang star could affect your leadership or your judgment on matters. The Zi Wei star might on one hand support you, but at the same time impact your social status. The Tianxiang star could give you opportunities for official promotion, so there can be all sorts of different situations. What? After I finish explaining this, you can choose to either come to class or wait for me to release the member videos. Since time is limited, I can't cover everything. Or, if you usually look at my business cards, you can refer to the main concepts yourself and think it through, make your own inferences. Okay, in any case, when it falls into the palace position. So, we also need to pay attention to this. Some people might hear me explain it like this and think, wow, teacher, listening to you, the whole chart is full of petty people, full of people who might harm me. Right? Is that the case? Yes, otherwise why would fortune tellers have such good business? But from this, we can also see that while there are so many possibilities, you can also analyze from here that first, if you yourself originally are someone who tends to see things only from your own perspective and views the world through your own lens, then maybe you should consider trying to see things from other people's points of view. The world might become a bit better that way. So what should you do about petty people? What should you do? Just let them be. Once the reaction line passes, they're gone, or you can simply ignore them. My approach is to build my house very solidly. When a typhoon comes, I just don't worry about it. You can choose to do the same as me. But if you hope to be someone who has great relationships with others, if you envy those kinds of people, then you definitely need to work on that inner sunshine within yourself. You have to improve those tendencies to see the world only through your own values and perspectives. It's just like if I'm overweight and I want to get slimmer, then I need to eat less and exercise more, right? The benefit of palmistry is that it lets you know exactly where your problem lies. Like we just mentioned, maybe my issue is in the life palace, so I need to change my personality in the travel or art palaces. If it's about friends, I need to pay attention to things in the Guanlu palace. Maybe I only need to be mindful of certain things at work, and when it comes to friends, I don't need to worry about those things. So we'll know exactly which palace your problem is showing up in, and then you can focus on changing that specific area. That way you can lose weight, or you can improve your interpersonal relationships. Or like me, I might just decide not to change at all. So the fun part about learning Zi Wei Doshu is that we can pinpoint exactly where the problem is. Then we can make choices in our lives that we are responsible for, and we accept both the good and the bad that come with them. Of course, if you eventually learn how to read the luck cycle chart, you'll realize that everything on the chart is actually yourself. It's not about how hard you work, no matter how hard you try. You will inevitably encounter times when you run into petty or troublesome people. Frankly speaking, if someone who knows how to read the chart sees this timing, it means you need to be extra cautious and careful. Students who have attended the class will learn how to tell whether a new friend they've recently met might turn out to be a toxic person in their life, because they might end up causing trouble for me. So my classes are starting in August. Hurry up and sign up. And don't forget to register for the year-end event as well, so you can learn even more techniques. If you don't have time to sign up right now, or it's not convenient, that's okay too. Just watch my channel more often and share it with your friends. On my channel from time to time, I'll teach everyone some of these little tips. I believe that the techniques I teach on my channel might even be better than many others out there. Some of the techniques I teach are even better than those that teachers charge for in their classes. I hope everyone can turn the art of choosing a partner into a handy little tool that helps us get better and better in life. Thank you, everyone.